So,
oh, that was kind of a...
Rocky is always stealing my thunder. As you may noticed, it's time to get the garden prepped.
We're only a month and a half behind.
That's all right, man. Better late than never.
Yep.
In true fashion, though, we broke out the weed eater and the piston wouldn't turn over. But after pulling a spark plug, the piston wasn't frozen, so it had some oil in there, I think, or just some bad gas. So I just shot all that stuff out through the spark plug hole, and now she's running like an old champ.
Well, I'm really excited this year. Thanks to everybody who sent me living cucumber seeds.
Oh, yeah. Last year.
I'm ready to plant this year, so wish me luck.
We thank you guys for sending the lemon cucumber seeds. We only have like 10,000 of them now, so thank
No,
you.
not really. But we have some, a couple of people sent some dragon seeds. We're going to try those. So, like I said, I'll keep my fingers crossed. I just need some sunshine this summer.
And so far we are just now starting to get into the low, get into the 50s for our highs. So we'll see what happens in the next couple of weeks. This week's we're supposed to get into the 50s, and the lows are in the low 40s. So
yeah, and I think sometime next week for one day we're going to get in the 60s, I saw.
What? That's
but I'll tell you what we have this year. We have 2,500 gallons of water, so we won't run out. Well,
no, that's the truth.
I guess fingers crossed, but we're starting out good this season.
So some of the projects we have today are, I'm hooking up the electric fence for the deer and the bear. We have to reinstall the deer fencing. The heavy snow got on it and it just collapsed it. So note to self, at the end of the season we have to remove the deer fencing or it will just get ripped off the post that we have up here.
Yeah, we need to weed eat so none of that grounds out the bear fencing.
We've got to do a little tilling in the soil, and this year we're going to plant some tomatoes in the buckets. So we're going to get some holes drilled in some buckets and then put the soil in it.
Yep, I'm giving my soil a break this year. So lemon cucumber and hopefully some green peppers maybe. So
that's what's in the greenhouse?
That's my plan.
Yeah,
so
okay.
We'll see if it goes.
All right, well let's get busy.
So good.
Oh, it's got a zerk fitting on there. We'll get the grease out and grease this thing.
Okay.
So right now we're going to get the rake out, rake all the seaweed we put in the beds last fall, and then we're going to take that stuff over and dump it in the compost bin.
Bring it up. Oh look, there's one more. Oh look, there's two more. 1, 2, 3.
Nice.
4 garlics from last year.
Skipper's such a good guard dog.
He is a good guard dog. Raven, not so much. She's like, you hurt my mom, I have to eat you.
So Skipper is a old English sheepdog and a poodle mix, and his favorite thing to do is just to hang out with the chickens and watch over them. The downside is, yes, if they poop, he gets a little reward for watching over them. But Raven, because Rocky will attack my wife, Raven is now determined to chase Rocky all the time. So we have to like keep her calm. But Skipper, he does really, I mean, Raven does good with all the chickens except for Rocky, and Skipper does good pretty much with all of them. But if Raven hypes Skipper up, then Skipper will join in to chase Rocky. But they never attack Rocky, they just corner him. And then I have to go and rescue Rocky. And Rocky's very thankful. Even though in last video you saw him, you know, he's trying to establish the pecking order between me and him, but he never wins. That's the problem.
He always wins with me.
I don't know if you heard my wife. She's like, he always wins with me.
I checked this garlic, and she definitely looks good. That one, not so good. So we'll We'll uproot this. Oh yeah, look at that, babe. Oh, look at how great that is. Look at all those cloves. Look, babe.
That's pretty nice.
It is. Usually.
Raven.
Look at that. Look at that beautiful clove.
That's beautiful. Well, we got all the beds turned and raked through. Now it's time to do a little weed eating. There we go. We just had a pod of orcas come by. It's pretty cool, but unfortunately the whale watching boats had the tip where they were, so they ambushed them and pushed them out of our area pretty fast. Now they're way down there. But anyways, I gotta do a little weed eating, and then I think we're gonna call it a day.
So we just got done weed eating. You know, they grow up and they ground out our electric fence, so
yeah, we got to keep the weeds off the electric fence or it grounds it out. And then if we get not too big of a deal for the deer, but if a bear comes through, we want as much zap going to the bear as possible. So we got it.
For me, it's a deer. He jumped over my fence last year and ate my vegetable garden right at the end of the season. So
That's
spare him, dear me.
Yeah. All right, we'll start fresh and early tomorrow.
That sounds good. Bye.
Well, it's day 2 of getting the garden all put together. A little chillier today. Got the hoodie out. Not as much sunshine and a little breeze going. So we're going to get the plastic out today, hook up the water today, get the beds covered up so they can start heating up, and then hopefully tomorrow we can plant.
Oh my God, there's been a meat back here. Whew. Yeah, it's bad.
My wife says it stinks because the mink's been peeing back here, and their pee does stink. All right, so we also need to fill up our water jugs for inside the house, but it's time to hook up the water system. Ay, ay, ay. Ay, mama.
Raven, stop. Stop. Something sink?
No, just...
What would you guys need a bowl?
Yeah.
You want me to find something for underneath there? Like a little, like that right there?
No.
Okay.
You can just shorten it later.
Shorten it.
Shorten this pipe, because we need to add the filter on it too.
Okay. I was just wondering if you wanted something under here to help you.
No.
Okay.
Okay. She can't get it. Raven can't get it because she's got a muzzle on. She's got her muzzle on because she's bad and she keeps trying to eat stuff on the beach. And we ain't playing that game.
$1,000 later, we don't play that game anymore. Except for it's miserable for her. I feel bad.
You can't get it. You can't get it, Raven.
Oh.
Lady's caught up in it.
Of course she is.
All right, so we got the water pump hooked up. Now we just got to throw some power to it, turn a knob, let the water get to it, and hopefully we'll be pumping water here in a minute. It's working. We have running water again.
I like that better than the hand pump.
Me too. All right, we got all of our jugs filled up. We'll eventually get this plumbed into the house, and that way we won't have to be carrying these jugs this summer. But since we moved the pump, I gotta hook up some more PEX that'll reach to where our faucet's at.
Where'd she go? Raven! Lay down there, I'll get you some water, girl. Ooh, do you smell that? Cat pee-pee.
One down, 11 to go. Well, I got everything pretty much we needed. I might have to do a little touch-up work here and there, but now we're going to move on to replacing our electric fence. The unit here I think is still good. The battery died, but it's just so difficult to get batteries in Alaska because you can't ship them through Amazon. A lot of people, it's hard to order them from a store. So what I did was I just bought, I think it's the same company, but I bought a unit you can just hook up to car batteries, and so that's what we're going to do now. Last year we hooked up a solar panel out here with two 6-volt car batteries hooked up to it. So I'm going to move that over here in front of this, and we will get this thing hooked up, get the electric fence charged up. All right, so here's our new electric fence. Hold on, Raven! Oh, look who's apologizing. Listen, Raven chases one chicken, and that's Rocky the rooster. And the only reason she started chasing Rocky was because Rocky chases my wife. And so Raven defends her, but even when Rocky isn't chasing my wife now, Raven goes after Rocky for no reason really, except for he just doesn't like Rocky. So all the other chickens are doing just fine with Raven. Skipper definitely loves all of them. He's pretty much like the little guard dog. But anyways, this is the new one. Let's get it opened up, put on. Should be pretty simple. I'm gonna hold this up.
Okay.
I'm gonna screw it in.
Okay. Wherever you have the other one. Are you sure? Because okay.
But I can't put it in the same holes because.
Does that not fit in that box anymore?
Huh?
Does that not fit in the box anymore?
All right, I got the negative and positive leads all hooked up. I just got to connect the negative one. Got this hooked up, ground to ground. Electric fence is going to the electric fence, and so let's put the negative connector on and see if we get any clicks. Well, we're in the green. You hear that click? That's death right there. You don't want to touch it now. The thing that I don't like about this one, that I did like about the other one, is the other one had an on-off switch. And so if I want to turn this off, I actually have to bend down and disconnect the battery. Not a big deal, but to a fat, lazy guy, it's a huge, no, I'm just kidding. It's still not a big deal, but it is a little more inconvenient than just going click. And then instead of having to just, now I have to bend down and unhook it at the battery. But there you go. That should keep the deer out and keep any bear out. We got all but one of the beds covered up. We were missing an end piece. So we're gonna cut that end piece out tomorrow and throw that up. And then we've got to drill some holes in some buckets for the tomato plants. And I think we're gonna do that in just a minute. My wife's feeding the dogs and then we'll get busy on that. Man, it has just been one of those days. The sun will pop out, the wind will die down, and it gets hot real fast. I mean, up into the 50s, and then when the, well, I'm assuming it's getting up into the 50s, it feels warm. So you take the hoodie off, and then, you know, 15, 20 minutes later, the sun goes behind the clouds, the wind picks up a little bit, and then you're like, let me put my hoodie back on. So it's just that time of year.
Let's see, I am drilling holes in 5-gallon buckets because I am giving my soil a break this year. Since I think I planted tomato plants in the greenhouse in the beds the last 3 years. So I'm gonna do 5 tomato plants this year in 5-gallon buckets and see what happens. People say it works really good, so I just need to drill holes in the bottom so the water leaks out. Think we're good?
Good?
Yeah.
Holy smoke, she's going down now. Good God.
Baby crazy.
She's in high production mode.
So funny.
So what I was gonna say is we rarely have to buy buckets because buckets wash up on shore all the time. So
This is a wash up?
And then we've got a couple of square buckets that,
We got from
yeah,
restaurant.
we got a couple square buckets that they set out for free that they have like icing and stuff in. So we collect those from either restaurants or the Breeze Inn stacks them in the back sometimes. All right, she's got all of her buckets drilled. She's tossing them over there now.
Tossing.
We'll get them inside the greenhouse, get them filled with soil, and then go from there. I think tomorrow we're gonna plant the tomato plants. Is that right? You're gonna plant the tomato plants tomorrow?
I don't know, I have to look at the night temps.
Yeah. It's been, last night it was 39 degrees, so okay, but
A little chilly
a
still.
little chilly for tomatoes still. But our Alaska wildflowers,
Are coming back.
those things are doing good.
So those right there, those big ones,
The big ones, yeah.
those are the only ones that have come back every year, and those are just daisies, and they just do great here. And I think that's some lupin that's come up. That's from last year. Don't ask me what that one is. And then I planted a whole bunch of new seeds of Alaska seeds. Of just got all kinds of stuff in here.
You
And they
planted them a couple days ago?
probably about 2 weeks ago, I think.
Oh, well, they're growing in good. Look at
Yeah.
all that.
So
Are you going to plant anything in that one and them two down there?
no, because of the chickens.
Because of the chickens and the deer help themselves to
They
it.
did. Yeah.
It's nice having little flower beds down there, but there's nothing to protect them. So, I don't know. That's a bummer. All right, well, the last, I think it was last video, we replaced one of our pulleys and we kept getting, it kept wearing a hole or a groove in the pulley, and we were trying to figure out what we could do to prevent that. And then we had several comments that said, just put a swivel on it. And we were like, why didn't we think of that? So thank you all who said put a swivel on it. So when we were in town getting the anchor, I bought a swivel. So we're going to see if we can get a swivel on it, and hopefully that will
Take care of the problem.
take care of the problem. Yeah. All right, so we already have the swivel attached to the pulley. Now we're just attaching it to the chain here, and hopefully this will solve all of our problems. That's a big hopefully.
I don't know why we didn't think of that, but
I don't either, but it's genius.
so pull that sucker up.
There we go. So that should, let go of the thing. That should give this some swivel room. I don't know. Hopefully, we'll see. We will see.
That's awesome, though. Well, also, we're not going to have.
The big boat on it no more.
We are hopefully going to get a John boat soon. Take a lot of that weight off there also. That John boat that we have, maybe gonna get, is it have a, does it have a bilge on it?
Oh, I don't know, probably not. You could always put one on there, but you'd have to have a battery. What are you doing, Sugar?
I am putting new soil so I don't take any existing soil out of our beds, but I'm giving my greenhouse soil a break because I think I did tomatoes 3 years in a row. So I'm going to do 5 buckets of tomatoes this year in 5-gallon buckets. So from pictures I see it grows really well. So Then I think I'm going to do peppers on one side and lemon cucumbers on the other. So I'm really excited to see how everything grows this year. And I was just looking, and I think we're getting up to 70 degrees.
When?
Next week sometime. I can't believe it. So
I'm not excited about that.
well, for growing wise, we're excited, but if it gets over, okay, if it gets over 60, I'm not gonna lie, it's really hot. Unfortunately, today I put on sunblock because I was gonna wear a short sleeve shirt, but I think I'm allergic to mineral sunscreen because I broke out in horrible hives this morning on my neck.
It was
So,
also expired.
it was expired. You know, you'd like to hang on to stuff to save money, and I probably shouldn't have done that. I should have just tossed that. So now I have to wear a scarf and some hydrocortisone until I can get my rash to go away, or my hives, I guess.
Yeah, so today was a little chilly this morning, but the sun popped out. The clouds have dissipated pretty much. It's turned into a beautiful day. We just had a humpback come up over here in front of our place. It's beautiful. I love it.
Definitely living the dream.
Living the dream for sure. Next week, we are going to drop that mooring anchor, that big 1,000-pound mooring anchor, and that should be quite the adventure as well. So hopefully we get to film some of that. Anyways, thank you guys for coming along on the adventure with us. YouTube thinks you would like this video up here. And remember, live free. We'll see you next week.